Okay guys, welcome back. We're going to continue our discussion of the Industrial Revolution in this video. In the last video I discussed the definition of the Industrial Revolution and the reasons why the Industrial Revolution started in Britain. Today I'd like to look at the changes that the Industrial Revolution caused, if I don't stumble over my tongue anymore. So anyway, the Industrial Revolution created a lot of competition between various countries. As they started to industrialize, they saw how much wealth that this generated, and of course wealth is power. And one of the things that you start to see happening is that after Britain industrializes, you have countries like the United States, Germany, then later places like Russia and Japan. They're industrializing too. This largely became something that was associated with Western Europe and North America. But of course, as the 19th century and 20th century progressed, it became a little bit more intense. You also start to see more people moving to cities and towns. Urbanization is a trend that had been going on since the Middle Ages, but it certainly accelerated in this time period because most factories, most industrial jobs were located in towns and cities. You also see some changes in the social class structure because you now have a new way that wealth is being generated. The managerial class, the middle class, factory managers, as well as professionals, these people start to get more of a prominent place in society. You also see the creation of the urban working class, the people who are dependent upon work in factories, not agricultural labor, but industrial labor. There are some benefits that went with industrialization. You have increased standards of living that are brought about by the wealth that's being generated from industrialization. There are increased opportunities for employment. Not only do you have agricultural work now, but people have the opportunities for factory work. And because there is now more money, more wealth that's being generated in society, this also gave people the opportunity for social mobility. They could increase their class status. So those things were something that directly contributed to the quality of people's lives in Western Europe and in the United States. There were some new philosophies that also developed in this time period. Philosophies that largely were concerned about the abuses of the industrialization that was going on. A lot of workers had to live under some pretty awful conditions. There were no safety nets for people that lost their jobs or were injured, very low pay in a lot of cases, and no protections for workers. And so these philosophies came about as a way to change society for the better. The first of these philosophies is utilitarianism, the belief that what is good is what benefits the largest numbers of people. Two people that you need to associate with this are Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill. So when you're reading, make sure you go back and you look at what these guys were involved with. The next philosophy that starts to develop is the idea of socialism, the belief that government should own or control at least some of the means of production, land, which are natural resources, labor, and capital. You have a lot of discussions today about what socialism is. A lot of people don't really understand what it is. A lot of people confuse socialism with this next philosophy, which is communism. Communism is a type of socialism, but it moves towards the position of all the means of production are controlled by society, and it creates a classless society where the workers run everything. You need to associate this philosophy with Karl Marx and his Communist Manifesto. So these are some of the direct changes that came about because of the Industrial Revolution. In our next video, we're going to look at things that occurred as a result of the Second Industrial Revolution. So if you have any questions, definitely get in contact with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.